As you may or may not know, I have written in and completed 25 different journals, and I'm currently writing in my 26th journal. These are all of my 25 filled up journals right here in this stack, and then behind it you can see my empty journals. And then here is my 26th journal. I'm about halfway through it right now. I wanted to go ahead and do like a recap on all of my different journals. I've done similar videos like this in the past. Today I'm going to be going through each of my journals, telling you guys how long it took me to fill up each one, talking about some of my thoughts on each of them, showing some of the pages in my journals, and overall just giving you some sort of inspiration and ideas for what you can do in your own journaling. It's been a really long time since I've gone through all of my journals. A lot of people ask me how often I read through my journals, and really I hardly ever do, just because I'm really busy and I never really prioritize doing that, although I really should. A lot of the times when I go back through my old entries, it's with a specific intention, if I'm trying to remember something or if I'm wanting to find something in my journals that I know I've written about. And then a lot of the times when I do that, that will lead me down into a rabbit hole of rereading other things that I see when I'm trying to find certain entries, if that makes sense. But because of that, I never really just sit down and go through all of my journals just as like a recap for myself. Also, at some point I do want to make a video on my journaling evolution, probably in the near future. I've seen a couple videos like that recently, and I just think it would be cool to do my own version of it where I kind of go through my journals and see how my journaling style has changed over the years, really looking at the content of my journaling rather than just the journal itself. So let me know if you're interested in seeing that video. But let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with journal number 1. I'm going to be talking about each of the journals here, and then I'll do like a bird's eye flip through of each one as I go through them all. This was my first ever diary journal. I always call my journals a journal. I actually have a video where I break down like the difference between journal and diary, but overall I use those terms pretty interchangeably. I still always gravitate towards calling this a diary just because there's a lock on it and it feels very childlike, as you can tell. It just like feels like a little girl's diary. I got this when I was 6 years old in first grade from the school book fair. It was like the Scholastic book fair or whatever it was called. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It was $9, as you can see, and I begged my mom for this journal or diary. My most popular YouTube short and Instagram reel are actually talking about the little story behind this when I got it, and this really is the start of my whole journaling journey. So this one has a very special place in my heart. It's also the main journal in my Reading My Diary series. We've broken into the second one in part 5, I think it is, of the Reading My Diary series, and I'm planning on doing a part 6 in August for my 5 years on YouTube, so get excited for that. I'm a little nervous, I haven't filmed it yet, but that should be interesting. So here's a close-up of it. It has a little cat with a tiara on it. It says, "Let your thoughts dance," which is super cute. It's definitely been well loved on. There's a lot of like wear and tear on it. Corner here is torn. The binding is loose. Plastic is coming off the front here. It definitely did not come like this. It has a very cheap lock and key. I have multiple sets of the keys, but they're actually at my house, so I always like break into it with a bobby pin. Here's my little bobby pin that I always reuse, and I just jangle it around until I can get it. There we go. Ta-da. Oh my gosh, I never realized it says ages 6 and up. I guess if you're below 6, you're not supposed to use it. I think that's pretty silly. There's no such thing as being too young to journal. So yeah, you can see it's definitely very loose. I wrote my name here, so cute. My first ever journal entry was on November 4th, 2008. And then my last entry in here was on August 19th, 2013. So it took me about 5 years to fill this up. This is what some of my entries look like. I've read a lot of these entries in the Reading My Diary series, like I said. There's a very faint silhouette of a cat on the pages. These are some of my first entries, and then I want to go more in depth on the insides of my journals and what I wrote and the style of how I wrote in that journaling evolution video that I mentioned. And so I was 6 years old when I started this one and 11 when I finished it. Next we have journal number 2, or diary number 2. Another very childlike diary. It also has the lock and key on it. This one, it says, was also from the Scholastic book fair or company, whatever it is. However, I didn't get it from the book fair. I actually got it from my friend Megan. She had started using it, and then when I saw it at her house one day, she said she never continued using it and said I could have it, but she didn't want me to read the entries she had already written in it, so she tore them out, and you can see all of the little sections of the binding, but this section here at the front has been torn out, so that's where her pages were. This one is definitely in much better shape than my first one. You can see this one is just much more torn and falling apart. I'm pretty positive that this one used to be very much so like this. I think the reason it's not is just because this one took me 5 years to use up, so I probably carried it around a ton. We also got to break into this one with a bobby pin. There we go. So I started this one on August 26th, 2013. I was 11 years old. As you can see, I still didn't know what to call it back then. A book, journal, diary, I really didn't know. And I finished it on July 23rd, 2015 when I was 13 years old, so it took me about 2 years to finish this one. The bottom of the pages have a little dog on it. Obviously, I would never use a journal, diary, book, whatever like this again, but it was definitely cute at the time. There's some sticky notes that I have right in the front of it. They aren't dated, so I don't know when I wrote them, but they're pretty dramatic. I think I got about halfway through this one in my Reading My Diary series, so when I film the next part, we'll still be in this one, and I think I left off when I was just about to turn 12 years old. Moving on to journal number 3. I really loved this journal, you guys. This was given to me as a birthday gift from my friend named Gloria in 5th grade, I think it was. Maybe I was in 6th grade. I don't know, how old are you in 5th, 6th grade? It's my first spiral bound journal that I've used. I've used 3 in total, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 of them total. It has a very beautiful chevron pattern to it, very 2015, 2016 energy. The spirals are a little bent. I need to make them bent back in place. It's just so fun. I feel like this one screams teenager, like preteen, early teens. I was like 13, 14 when I wrote in this one. Honestly, this is, I feel like, the journal that really got me into the journaling groove. Here's a close-up of it. It is pretty well loved as well, but honestly it's held up really decently, which I'm very happy about. I'm not sure where this one was originally from. I started it on July 26th, 2015 when I was 13 years old, and I finished it on December 31st, 2016 when I was 14. There's some seriously cringy stuff in this journal. 13, 14 years old is just overall a very cringy time. I'm gonna flip through a little bit and just show you guys some of the not so cringy stuff. Honestly, some of the entries in here should never see the light of day. A lot of my journal entries from my teen years are like that, honestly. Maybe I'll show some of them in a Reading My Diary video in the future. I don't know. But until then, let me just show you guys what some of the stuff is in here. I'm gonna blur this out, but just to get an idea, there was a lot of very full pages. When I was in 8th grade, I went to New York and I saw 2 Broadway shows. One of them was School of Rock, so I taped in this little thing. I also have this from School of Rock. I taped in the page of the cast from my playbill, and then on the following page you can see I typed in the cover here of the playbill. I taped this in here as well. Went to Radio City Music Hall. That's very cool. And then I also taped in this tag that we got from the Radio City stage door tour that we went on. I didn't tape in this part, so you could still flip it though. And then here was the second Broadway show we saw. It was Shuffle Along. I remember falling asleep during it just because I was so exhausted that day. Here's the playbill, and then the cast. Some more stuff that I taped in. Got a couple autographs. That was my ticket. And then my school had done The Lion King as one of our shows, so I taped in this little Lion King pamphlet. Oh, so good. I wish I saw Lion King on Broadway. We got some very fun doodles over here from July 3rd, 2016. I said it was really bad because I'm in the car, but honestly that's pretty darn good. A lot of the pages are like this, where it's just a ton of writing. I went to see Penn and Teller at one point and I got their autographs. I taped that in there. A little ticket to go see them. When I went to Zion National Park, I taped this in. I hiked up Angel's Landing with my brothers and my dad. That was so incredible. My favorite hike I've ever done. Here's a funny page. I was trying to finish this journal before the new year. I had 2 days left and still quite a few pages left. That's so funny. Here's a cool Scotland envelope because I'm going there next summer. I don't know where I got that from. Oh my gosh, man, there's some really seriously cringy stuff in this journal. As I was flipping through it, I was just, wow, cringing. Moving on to journal number 4. Oh, I love this journal. This is a leather journal. I'm not sure if it's real or fake leather, but I got it from Barnes & Noble. I'm pretty sure it was like $25. I splurged on this journal. I honestly haven't paid more than that on any of my journals. I think this might be my most expensive journal. I wanted something really nice because this is when I first started daily journaling. January 1st of 2017, we got serious in this journal. The binding didn't end up holding up too well. I definitely had to tape up a little bit of it, but this one will just always have such a special place in my heart because it was like the start of this 7+ year journey, because I've been journaling every day now for over 7 years, 7.5 years pretty much. In March of next year, I'll actually be celebrating my 3,000th day of journaling every single day, which is ridiculous. Honestly, a lot of the journals in the middle I like don't really remember that much, which is weird, but the beginning ones I remember pretty well just because, I don't know, it was like the start of my journey. Look how pretty it is. There's just this beautiful design on it. This little button clasp. Here's what the back looks like. I started it on January 1st, 2017 when I was 14, and I finished it on June 26th, 2017 when I was 15 years old. So it took me almost 6 full months to finish this journal. There's a teeny bit of wear and tear here on the outside, but overall pretty good on the outside. On the inside though, you can see it's kind of worn down a little bit more, especially here in the middle. It's like completely torn. I taped up the whole thing in the middle. On January 6th, I wrote that the whole page ripped like that, and the binding was ripped. I guess I tried hot gluing it. Yeah, I can see like bits of hot glue underneath the tape. So that's pretty crazy and unfortunate that that happened literally less than a week into using it. When I wrote this entry on January 1st, it already had started ripping, but it was just a little rip at the bottom. But I guess literally a week in, the whole page ripped. Got some beautiful flower doodles here. I'm trying not to get distracted by all of these things that I wrote because I'm wanting to keep filming this video, and it will take me so long if I sit and read and get distracted by all of these pages. Look at how sweet I taped this in that my mom wrote me. Carrie, hi my sweet beautiful girl, your smile lights up a room. I wish I could be here tonight to see your opening performance. Please know I will be with you in spirit. Enjoy it and try not to stress. Break a leg. I couldn't be more proud of you. I love you so very much, mommy. Oh, that is so cute. And then my sister, when she saw the performance, she wrote me this little note. Hi Carrie, you did great. Thank you so much for letting us come and doing so great. Hope you enjoy the cookie. Love, Sammy. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. My twin brother wrote one too. Hello Carrie, this is the top half. Listen, I didn't even need to see the show to know that you're the most phenomenal actor on the stage. Oh, Ben. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been a part of this production, and I give you my deepest thanks. I love you, Ben. That is so sweet. If you couldn't tell by now, I used to be a theater kid, and I got to meet Jeff Marks. He came to our school and showed us his Tony Award, and it was just super cool. And I got this little autograph of his. Everything in life is only for now, Jeff Marks. I taped in my Dove chocolate wrapper that says, don't apologize. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I was 15 years old. I taped in my little fortunes. It says, a wise friend will deliver great advice. Fortune number 1. And then fortune number 2, a passionate new romance will soon come into your life. Yeah, right. And that was that. Definitely some cringe in here too. We don't need to get into that. The sun is going behind a cloud, or maybe it's gonna start raining. I don't really know, but sorry if the lighting just got a little bit worse. Let's try to speed this up because we've only been through 4 journals. We still have a long way to go. Journal number 5. This was what I called my Scotland journal because I went to Scotland in it. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I didn't have a journal to write in my next one. I didn't have like any empty journals, and I was in a pinch. I don't know why I wasn't able to go to the store and get a journal, but I know that my mom went and got this journal for me. I was like, just pick out anything, pick out something that looks sturdy that you think I would like, and this is what she came up with. I don't know if I would have chosen it myself, honestly, especially because all of my other journals are just not like it, but I do like it, and I'm very grateful that she went and got it for me. Not sure where she got it from, probably Walmart if I had to guess. Honestly, it is pretty darn sturdy, especially for a spiral notebook. It has tighter spirals. I started this journal on June 26, 2017 when I was 15 years old, and I finished it on September 18th, 2017 when I was also 15 years old. So like I mentioned, I went to Scotland in this journal, but we actually flew into London first. Here's a little collage page thing that I made. It's the Globe Theater, and we got to see An American in Paris. I taped in a ton of different show tickets because we saw like 27 different shows, I think, while we were there. We went to the Fringe Festival in Scotland, which was so amazing. I raised all the money too for this trip, and my parents then paid for all of my tickets to see the different shows as like my gift for completing all the fundraising that I did. More show tickets, a postcard. This is weird. In the very middle of this journal, it has, your face is like sunshine. I forgot that was here. More show tickets. These two were both on America's Got Talent, so it was really cool to see them. We went to the military tattoo, which was incredible. I remember loving this so much. Oh my gosh. And then this is my all-time favorite show ever. It was my favorite one in Scotland, but also just like the most amazing one that I've ever seen in my whole life. It was so moving. I could talk so much about it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh, and I even have a sticky note here that said I wrote about this show on August 11th, 2017 and August 23rd. I don't even know if they still make this show anywhere, but I would literally travel the world just to see it again. I wish I could explain how amazing it was. Oh my gosh, look at this. So I taped this in on August 18th, 2017, but I said these are wings to a fake butterfly that I got from the prize box in kindergarten. Throughout the years it broke and I lost one of the wings, but I still kept it because I used to love it so much. I forgot about this. Wow, this is so weirdly nostalgic. I can't even honestly remember the butterfly or anything, but looking at this now, I remember loving these wings, and I totally forgot about this. It was like this was erased from my memory. I literally would never in a million years have thought about these wings until now that I'm seeing it. It's like pulling back like the vaguest of nostalgic memories. Wow. Journal number 6. All of my next journals are this same brand of journal. I got it from Costco. They used to sell them online somewhere. I know that website that I'm thinking of stopped selling them, and I haven't since found them anywhere else online, and I honestly haven't even tried looking for them since I don't use these kinds of journals anymore. I'm not sure if Costco still sells them. At the time when I was getting them, they would sometimes have them, sometimes not, like in the middle of their book section. They would come in like packs of 3 or 4. I have a ton of them back here in this stack of unused journals. I'm sure I'll use them at some point. It used to be my favorite journal though for a very, very long time, hence why I have a million bajillion of them, and also they were pretty cheap too. I think it was like $15 for the pack of 3 or 4 of them, which is really good. Here she is close up. There's this little band here on the front, and honestly, I really enjoy when my journals have this because I like to slip my pen on the top of it, just like that. It's not like the most secure, but I really like it for some reason. I don't always love when journals have the little pen loop on the side. Here's what the inside looks like. I wrote my name. So I started this journal on September 19th, 2017. I was 15 years old, and I finished it on December 31st, 2017. I was still 15. My birthday is March 22nd, by the way, just if that helps you keep track of my age. These pages are really yellowy. I would never choose a journal like that now. I really like a bright white page nowadays, but at this time I didn't really care. I taped in a dead butterfly. Just the wings. There's 3 wings, which is honestly kind of weird because that other butterfly from kindergarten, the fake one, I only had 3 wings of that as well. Very strange. Apparently my sister taped this onto my mirror. I'm not sure why. I just wrote, Sammy taped this letter on my mirror, and it was the sweetest thing. This was October 10th of 2017. It says, "Dear Carrie, I am so sorry for not telling you you're beautiful enough. So here it is. Your freckles look like little fairy dust sprinkles. Your skin, just because you're self-conscious does not mean you're not beautiful." Oh my gosh. Because you are. I love your skin even if you don't. Your eyes look like the glistening blue ocean, but like a infinity percent better. Your nose is so perfect. You truly are the perfect child. Okay, these were some creative compliments. If I was 15, she must have been like 10 years old at the time. That is so sweet. I wonder what prompted her to write that. Maybe I was just having like a bad day or something. I used to be so self-conscious of my skin because I just had the worst acne. Oh my gosh, there's a part 2. It's on the next page. And I wrote, "She's not taller than me yet. Your height is perfect. Just because you might feel small, you have a huge impact on me." Wow, these are seriously creative compliments. "Carrie, look, everything about you is great, and I am so sorry that I don't tell you this as often as I should. Love, your favorite sister. P.S. I will always look up to you, even if I'm taller." Oh my gosh, I need to call her after this. I taped in a leaf. I remember when I taped it in, it was a beautiful like red, orange, yellow leaf. It was like an ombre or something, but now it's dead. Oh my gosh, this is so emo, guys. Sometimes it's not the butterflies that tell you you're in love, but the pain. Oh, I can't. Another sweet note from my mom. It says, "Carrie, here's some Swedish fish for my sweet girl. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. Love, Mommy." So cute. Oh my gosh, wow. This was a 6-paged birthday letter that I typed out, and I printed out a second copy for myself and taped it into my journal. Journal 7 was the same kind of journal, but a light pink version of it. Very pretty. I love this color. It's a little dirty here on the front, so I guess since it's so light, it just shows up the dirt a little bit easier. Definitely quite dirty. I started this on January 1st, 2018 when I was 15, and I finished it on March 31st, 2018, shortly after turning 16. I saw Les Mis at the National Theater, which was amazing. One of my friends has synesthesia, and so she wrote out my name with how she envisioned each of the letters, and then she wrote like a description for it. That is so sweet. I'm honestly just flipping through to find anything interesting to show you guys. For a presentation I did in class, each of our classmates had to write a little sticky note to like compliment you or give you like a little critique or something. So I taped all of mine in. There's this other page of it too, and some more right here. And then there's also this birthday card here. I taped in another birthday card here that my friend made me. This one was from my sister. Look how cute. 7 is a dark pink version of that journal. It's just so bright and fun. I started it on April 1st, 2018 when I was 16 years old, and I finished it on June 13th, 2018 when I was still 16. Someone made me this card. It says, "Mary Carrie." This is when I got 3rd place in my regatta, which is like a rowing tournament. I used to be on the rowing team in high school. I also got 2nd place at one point. That's pretty awesome. This was something that I made, I think for my English or psychology class, I can't remember, but we basically had to write like our 6-word story or something like that, and then they hung it up around our classroom, and this is the one that I made, "A perfectionist writing her imperfect story." It's still pretty accurate. I put a little picture of me, SpongeBob, because I love SpongeBob. A+. I think the fire was because I'm like passionate. Band-Aid because I want to go into medicine. Some other fun little things that I doodled. Whoa, why is there a broken heart? That's sad. Journal number 9 is a blue one. I think the next ones came in a pack. I want to say it came in a pack of this one, these 2, and then maybe a gray one with it as well. So this one was a darker blue one, and I put washi tape on the edges of it. This journal though was the journal that took me the very shortest to fill out. I think it was like a month, because in this journal I wrote like 42 pages in 2 days. I wrote 20 pages on one of those 2 days and 22 pages on the other one. I don't know which one came first. I can't honestly even remember what exactly I was writing about. probably just some, you know, teenage drama. You can see this washi tape is like kind of coming off right here. I taped it down here, so it must have been doing the same thing on this side. So I started this on June 14th, 2018 when I was 16, and I finished it on July 27th, 2018. So yeah, wow, it literally took me just over a month to finish this whole journal. Because I wrote so much in this journal, there's honestly not a ton taped in, so there's not too many interesting things to show you guys. And again, I'm not going to be reading through this whole journal. This is a little pamphlet I taped in for a research project that I did on Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And honestly, that's all that's really interesting in this one. Journal number 10 is a teal one. I think I was just trying to use a different color each time. I didn't ever want to use the same journal twice. That's still something I do now. I know a lot of people will use the same journal, the same kind of journal for all of their journals, and honestly, the consistency of that would be really nice and appealing to me. But also, there's something about having a different kind of journal for all of my journals, which is just so fun. I'm not sure if I'll continue doing that. This one's in pretty good shape. I don't know why the tail is so long on this one, the little bookmark thing. So I was still 16 when I started this journal on July 28th, 2018, and I finished it on September 28th, 2018. And just doing that little flip through to the back of the journal, I saw some really not great entries that I'm not super happy and excited about. One thing I will show you though is that I've taped in a picture of my dog over here, Jake. Oh my gosh, he looks so young. He's almost 14 now, so he looks a lot older now, obviously, because this was back in 2018. So I think he was just under 8 years old. And then my crew team here. And then that was 16-year-old Carrie on my first day of school. Journal 11 is this bright lime neon-ish green one. It's so weird because all of these journals I spent so much time in, like a good amount of time every single day in, but I honestly don't even look at this and remember filling it up. The top of this journal has like a stain on it. I started it on September 29th, 2018 when I was 16 years old, and I finished it on December 31st, 2018, also 16 years old. And it took me about 3 months to fill up the whole thing. Oh my gosh, I opened up the journal and I just had to close it because there's some rough stuff in here. This is why I can't look back through a lot of my old journals. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. It's yet another note that my mom wrote me. It says, Carrie, hi, I hope you have a great day. I love your beautiful soul. Be true to yourself and keep smiling your beautiful smile. I love you, Mom. That is so cute. This is another note from my mom when I was 16. Carrie, I wanted to let you know how much I love you. Also, you bring so much sunshine into everyone's world. Keep smiling that beautiful smile. Always be true to yourself. I love you, Mommy. That's so sweet. I need to call her too after I film this video. The family I was babysitting for got me this card at the beginning of the school year, which was so sweet. The kids drew on it. Oh, I love them. And we're closing it again because there was some pictures. It was of a guy that I liked. That's really embarrassing. And then journal 12. It is a black journal, but I colored on the edges with, I think it was like Sharpie highlighters. They were very inky highlighters, but I really loved them at the time. This journal to me just screams teenage angst from the outside. And then I also taped it here on the bottom because it looks like it was starting to tear. This one also is kind of dirty on the back. That's kind of gross. Here she is. Let's see if there's anything interesting in here. I just had the same thing on all of them. This was from January 1st, 2019 when I was 16 years old, and I finished it on April 7th, 2019 when I was 17. I got some new pens here. Love that. This definitely was when my pen and stationery addiction was increasing. This was a little Valentine's Day card that my friend gave to me. Look how cute. It says, "You're the best." So, so sweet. And then this one was from my dad. This is actually like a really cool card because it's like a card on top of a card. Wow, this brings back memories. When I was in Multivare, we got an index card for each of the tests that we did, and I taped all 4 of mine from the 4 tests that we did into my journal. I have not taken a math class in years, so this is really bringing me back, although I don't remember like any of this. Maybe if I sat down to read it, I would. Oh my gosh, there's literally backs. Wow. Guys, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, good. And this is on the next page. For the final exam, we had one side of an entire piece of paper. Whew, I definitely took advantage of that luxury that we had. Oh my gosh. I wonder how long this took me. This is ridiculous. I wrote so small. This kind of makes me miss math. I'm not gonna lie. I'm such a nerd. It's been too long. Carrie Walker, period 8, multivariable calculus final exam review. Honestly, I probably just did enough studying writing this all out that I probably didn't even need to reference it during the exam. This is another card my friend gave me, and it says SWA, sealed with a hug. Oh, and it's the same, "You're the best." Now we are on to lucky number 13. This is such a pretty journal. It has a little like floral design on the outside of it. We finally have broken the Costco journal streak. This is a flame tree journal. I don't remember where I got it from. This must have also been a gift. I think it came in a pack of 3 or 4. It came with this one here. There's 2 other ones that I can think of, and I'm pretty sure I gave both of them to my dad. They were both black journals and had like polka dots and the little black chevron thing on the side. You can can see where it says Flame Tree Journals. It's kind of like indented into the journal. It's quite a flimsy journal. I don't know if I would choose a journal like this again, just because I typically like a hardcover journal. Here's the detailing on the side. It's so pretty. I have these little sticky notes here because these are little journal entries that I've marked, because this is the year when I started getting more serious about pursuing my faith journey. So I've just like tabbed some faith related journal entries of mine. I started it on April 8th, 2019 when I was 17 years old, and finished it on July 18th, 2019 when I was still 17 years old. Took me about 3 months to fill up. Here's a picture of me that I taped in. I still have that shirt. Oh my gosh, we have more math. This looks like linear algebra. I took that in my second semester of this year, and there's even more in case you want a crash course on matrices and whatnot. Wow, look at that. There's the other one. That's crazy. I kind of want to sit through and like read through these at some point. That is so insane. Oh, there's more. It just never ends. Here's the back of this one. I'm honestly kind of glad I taped these in because I just have no memory of doing this stuff. And journal 14 here, another one of the Flame Tree journals, just like the other one. It's flimsy. So this one has like a diamond square design on the side. I started it on July 19th, 2019 when I was 17, and finished it on November 9th, 2019 when I was also 17. I just did a quick flip through of it, and there's honestly nothing too interesting in this one, at least from like stuff that I've taped in or any drawings or anything. There is this sweet note from my mom though. Carrie, please don't ever forget how amazing, beautiful, and intelligent you are. I am so proud of you. I love you more than you know, mommy. That's so cute. Journal 15. This is the third and final spiral bound journal that I use. I'm not sure where it's from. Probably Walmart if I had to guess. Oh man, I just love the gold. It's so pretty. There's the back. It's just like so fun and marbly. I started it on November 10th, 2019 when I was 17 years old, and finished it on December 31st, 2019, still 17 years old. So it took me like a month and a half to fill it up. Honestly, there's nothing too interesting in it when I do a quick flip through. I think at the end of it too, I was writing like 4 pages a day to try to finish it before the new year. Now we're getting into some big journals here with journal 16. This I think was from Target. Got a very inspirational cover. You can pause and read that if you want. This is when I started getting into my big journals. I love me a good big page. I remember loving this journal so much. I started this one on January 1st, 2020 when I was 17, and then I finished it on May 31st, 2020 when I was 18 after COVID had struck. Here's what it looks like when you open it up. There's my cover page here as well. 2020. I'm sure you guys all remember that year, of course. This was also the year I started getting into bullet journaling. I've officially started a bullet journal in 2021 though. But yeah, I went through a phase of like writing every single thing that I did in my little calendar just so I could keep track of it and look back on one day. This you guys have seen before. It was like a productivity challenge that I did in 2020 to live my life to my full potential. Wrote some stuff for the new year, some New Year's resolutions, more New Year's resolutions. This is a tough one. I think it was like one of my first ever dates that I went on. This is so cute and such a good prayer. Lord, use me as the answer to someone else's prayer today. I love that. Things I did today, and I did little doodles. That's so cute. We have another calendar, a doodle page. That's very fun. On February 5th, I hit 500 subscribers. A very spirally page here. I wrote my entry on the next page, and apparently I was spiraling that day. This is so funny. This was on March 13th, 2020, which was like the COVID crash in the US. It says school was canceled today, and thank God it was, because Ben and I are currently driving for 8 hours with a pandemic on the loose to bring mom her wallet that she left at the house. And then later that night at 12:22 a.m. said school was canceled for an entire month, and then for the rest of the year and whatnot. My 18th birthday, woohoo! March calendar. Crazy how it's like jam-packed up here at the top, and then it goes to very not jam-packed once COVID hit. I also have a little pink highlight section down here that's canceled because of COVID. Stuff that was supposed to be scheduled and then didn't happen. April calendar, same thing. Lots of pink highlights. Little April challenge. Some doodles. Some more doodles and drawings. May calendar. This is so sad. More stuff canceled from COVID. Prom was canceled. May the 4th be with you. There was some really sad stuff in this journal, but overall, I really liked the journal itself. Journal 17 is a hardcover pink journal that I got from Walmart. It says, "Life is a beautiful ride." Honestly, the binding is a little loosey-goosey, but still, I like this journal. It's like a book. It feels almost like a textbook. You can see the gold of the writing is starting to fade quite a bit. Here's my cover page. June calendar with more stuff canceled because of COVID. Graduation was canceled. Our senior beach trip was canceled. So I started this journal on June 1st, 2020. My 17th journal. I wrote, "Can 2020 really get any crazier? I hope not. There's always so much to think about, and for once I don't want to think," with some hearts. And then I finished this journal on October 9th, 2020 when I was 18. So that was like about 4 months to finish it. I hit 2,000 subscribers. This was cute. I like this. At the end of the day, all you can do is your best. 3,000 subscribers. July calendar. More stuff canceled because of COVID. 4,000 subscribers. Here's a to-do list that I made. My August calendar I never finished, as you can see, which is why I sticky noted it. I'm pretty sure I did the same thing here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Canceled because because of COVID. College move-in. Oh, how sad. August. I also started doing my like weekly calendars in here just to show what I did every single day. This wasn't like planning, it was just what I ended up doing each day. Here's another one. 5,000 subscribers. Another weekly calendar. 1 year on YouTube. Another weekly calendar. And then I moved out to go do online college. This is the pages that I left blank to do my September monthly spread that I never ended up doing. 6,000 subscribers. Anyway, good night. 7,000 subscribers. October calendar that I never did. And that's that. Lots of interesting COVID college memories. Journal number 18. This one was probably from Walmart, maybe Target. That's where I've gotten most of my journals, honestly. The start of this journal I remember being rough. Also, this little thing came out of it, so I just have it there in the side. Love the gold, shiny, metallic-y vibe. This is the thing you can see it fell out, so I just leave it there. Oh my gosh, I bet these are more calendars that I didn't end up doing. So my cover page in this one is not every story has to start with the perfect beginning, because some not fun stuff happened right before I started this journal, and I just did not have it in me to make a very pretty cover page, and so my friend recommended I started it like that, which honestly, I really like. I started this journal on October 10th, 2020 when I was 18, and I finished it on March 8th, 2021, right before I turned 19. Honestly, this is not a very memorable journal. Well, it is because there's some things in here that just, lots of not great memories in this journal, but I feel like that's almost why it's not very memorable, just because there's a lot of bad memories, so like I try to forget about them. I taped in a poem that I wrote. 8,000 subscribers, that's a good thing. November calendar that did not end up happening, and then I did a little challenge with my roommate that we also didn't end up finishing. 9,000 subscribers. A December calendar that I didn't do. I did have the intentions of eventually going back and filling it out, because I had the calendars like made on my computer and I wanted to transfer it into my journal, but I never did that. We made it to 10,000 subscribers. Oh yeah. Today has been so good. This is when I did my journaling marathon. Comment down below if you remember that. I also did a journaling marathon part 2. Then I wrote an 8-page synopsis of where I'm at religiously. I wrote it all in blue ink so that I could keep track of it all very easily. And over 8 pages later, I'm finally done writing about religion. My hand is dead. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. My IB scores, and I got the IB diploma. Woohoo. This is so cute. My 4th grade teacher sent me a graduation card, and she sent me a picture of my whole 4th grade class. I was at the very end, just because my last name's Walker. Oh, I guess I did not give up on the calendars. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. Next is my 19th journal. It is the return of the Costco journals. My 20th journal was one of them, and then my 23rd journal was also one of them. Because these are more recent journals, we're gonna really speed through these. I also have more detailed videos on these journals. It's got a little bit of wear and tear on it, and like some dirtiness to it. Oh my gosh, I never ended up doing a cover page in this journal. This was a bookmark that my roommate made. She actually drew this of UVA, which is just incredible, and she made copies of it, so this is not the original version. I know it's hard to believe, but it's literally a colored pencil drawing. She's just so talented. And I liked it kind of matched like the red vibe here, but I never did the cover page. So I started this journal on March 9th, 2021, before I turned 19, and I finished it July 3rd, 2021, so it took me about 4 months to finish this journal. I taped in some stickers that my friend got for me, some doodles, and honestly, that's about all that's interesting in here. Number 20, it's a blue Costco journal. So this one is actually a repeat color of one of the earlier ones that we saw, the one with the washi tape, but I repeated it because the other one had washi tape. I forgot about that. Da-da-da. This notebook belongs to Carrie Walker. Happy 20th journal. I started this journal on July 4th, 2021 when I was 19, and I finished it on December 4th, 2021 when I was also 19. So that's exactly 5 months. I hit 100K on TikTok, some more doodles. Hooray! I hit 20,000 subscribers, and we'll leave it at that. Number 21, this was a journal from Walmart. I'm pretty sure I vlogged when I went to get it. I got a little Redbubble sticker that I put on the front of it. I got this journal last minute, and I ended up loving it. It was one of my favorite journals. It's an Exceed journal, by the way. A5. Oh, this one has a table of content, but I never ended up filling it in. It would have been cool if I did, though. Hello, 21st journal. I started this journal on December 5th, 2021 when I was 19, and I finished it on May 21st, 2022 when I was 20. Added some color here. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Goodbye 2021. Hello 2022. I passed my EMT exam and I hit 40K on YouTube. I've been editing almost all day. Number 22. It says celebrate every day. This one was also from Walmart. It's very similar to the Life is a Beautiful Ride journal. The binding is also a little loosey-goosey here, but it's hard. It's like a textbook, really big. I love it. I love the like muted mauve color. We got some more gold metallic on the cover. Carrie Walker. I started this journal on May 22nd, 22nd, 2022, when I was 20 years old. Also, you can see the top of this journal has this weird date thing, which I clearly did not use. And I finished it on November 2nd, 2022, so that's like just over around 5.5 months to finish this journal. It takes time to grow. This was such an emotional journal, so this is such a sweet page to have in here. Reasons I'm proud of myself today. I love these 2 pages. Journal 23, another Costco journal. I love the color though. So then this journal, started it on November 3rd, 2022. I was 20 years old. And I finished it on February 25th, 2023. Still 20 years old. It took almost 4 months to finish this journal. I love my 2023 entry in here. This is how I started the year. I just think this is so beautiful. You guys have seen this before too, 10 things to be grateful for. So my rock climbing, here's a little to-do list. Happy V-Day. And that's how I ended the journal. Number 24. I think this one might have been from Target, maybe. It's like a suede, is that how you pronounce it, cover. It's so pastel and beautiful, but it does show up the dirt pretty easily. Ugh, it just like looks so yucky on the edges here. I remember when I first started using this journal, the pages were a lot thinner than I had hoped. I knew they were pretty thin when I started writing in it, but then when I started using it, I was like, whoa, the bleed through is crazy. And I had like a crisis where I was like, do I stick with this journal or not? And I ended up staying with it, which I'm not mad about. I kind of got used to the pages. We have another journaling marathon. I love these 2 pages. I accidentally skipped these pages, so this is what I did. Happy Easter. And then in August of 2023, I did my month of color. I have a video where I flipped through the entire month of August if you want to see that. And then I finished it. And then I have journal 25. Last but not least. Technically not last, just because I'm in my 26th journal right now. But this is my last completed journal that I have. This one, I think, was also from Walmart. Got the gilded edges because 25 is a very official journal milestone. I'm not sure if I would ever use a journal like this one again. I'm pretty sure the pages were also pretty thin. I do love the leather though. It's from Gallery Leather, made in Maine. And it says journal on it. Desk journal. Hello, 25th journal. We got some good stuff in here. Some more good stuff. This journal has a lot of stuff that you guys have seen before. 100 memories from 2023. Thank you, Lord. Whew, and then I finished it. And there's this personal data page in the back, which I never filled out. And of course we have journal 26, but we're not going to be talking about that one in this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.